Hello guys, zip through film history with flashback flicks, subscribe for the ride. Prepare to be captivated as we explore the enchanting world of How to Train Your Dragon. A Viking breaks all rules and befriends a dragon he is supposed to kill. He decides to call him Toothless and they join forces to put an end to the terror that wreaks havoc in their respective worlds. The movie opens with a sweeping view of the Viking village of Berk, a rugged island with harsh weather where dragons frequently raid. Hiccup, a scrawny and awkward teenager, introduces himself and his home. This is a place where every building is new despite the village standing for 7 generations. Fishing, hunting, and the beautiful sunsets are daily routines, but the most notable feature is the pests, dragons. One night, during a particularly fierce dragon raid on the village, dragons of various kinds, gronkles, natters, zipplebacks, and monstrous nightmares, descend upon Berk, setting fires and causing destruction. The villagers rush to defend their homes, showcasing their well-rehearsed defensive strategies. Stoik the Vast, the chief of the tribe and Hiccup's father, commands the defenses with authority. His towering presence and deep voice guide the villagers as they engage in the fierce battle against the dragons. Stoik's reputation is that of a mighty warrior, known for his legendary strength. He's a man who once, as a baby, supposedly popped a dragon's head clean off its shoulders. Amidst the chaos, Hiccup, the chief's son, tries to contribute to the defense. He is an awkward and physically unimpressive young man, a stark contrast to the other Vikings. Despite his eagerness to help, his small stature and clumsiness make him more of a hindrance than a help. Hiccup's inventions and enthusiasm often lead to trouble, and this night is no exception. Hiccup sneaks out with a contraption he designed to capture a dragon. Despite his father's orders to stay indoors, Hiccup uses his bola launcher, an invention he hopes will down a dragon. Miraculously, he manages to hit a night fury, a dragon so elusive and feared that no one has ever seen one up close. However, his victory goes unnoticed as the village continues to battle the other dragons, oblivious to his achievement. The dragons fly past with sheep in their clutches. The raid is over. Hiccup's father asked him not to get involved in the fight. Later, Stoik calls for meeting and decides that the village must find the dragon's nest to end the raids once and for all. The next day, Hiccup sneaks out again to find the downed dragon. In a dense forest, he discovers the night fury tangled in his bolas. Hiccup realizes he has the chance to kill the dragon and prove himself to his father in the village. As he approaches the dragon, weapon in hand, he sees the fear and vulnerability in its eyes. Hiccup cannot bring himself to kill the creature and instead cuts it free. The dragon spares Hiccup's life and disappears into the forest, leaving Hiccup confused but intrigued. Back in the village, Hiccup met his father and said he didn't want to fight dragons, he couldn't kill a dragon. However, his father replied, "One day, you will kill a dragon," and leaves for hunt. Leaving Hiccup in the care of Gabber, who is also in charge of training the young Vikings in dragon combat. Hiccup is enrolled in these classes alongside other Viking teens, the fierce and determined Astrid, the brawny and boastful Snotlout, the twin troublemakers Roughnut and Toughnut, and the bookish Fishlegs. The first day of training didn't go well, he almost got himself killed by a dragon. Gabber taught him that dragons always go for the kill. Driven by curiosity and a sense of responsibility, Hiccup sneaks back into the forest to find the night fury. When he does, he discovers the dragon trapped in a cove, unable to fly due to its injured tail. He returns home to learn about the dragon, but he finds nothing because nobody has ever seen a night fury to describe it. The next morning, the training session starts, but Hiccup is distracted. His thoughts are consumed by the dragon, making it hard for him to focus on training. After another disappointed session, he head out to see the dragon, but this time with a treat. He brings fish for the dragon. Hiccup names the dragon Toothless, due to its retractable teeth, and observes the dragon's behavior, learning that dragons are intelligent and emotional creatures, not the mindless beasts the village believes them to be. Hiccup designs and creates a prosthetic tail fin to help Toothless fly again. Hiccup's interactions with Toothless are cautious at first, but over time, a bond forms between them. Hiccup's newfound understanding of dragons begins to show during his dragon training sessions. He excels in the training arena. He works on tail fin, through trial and error, and with a lot of patience, they learn to work together. A harness that allows him to ride Toothless and help him fly again. In the training session, using the techniques he learned from observing Toothless, he uses calm, non-aggressive methods to tame the training dragons, impressing everyone with his seemingly effortless ability. His unconventional methods bewilder everyone, but Astrid, in particular, is suspicious of Hiccup's sudden transformation. Meanwhile, Stoik returns from an unsuccessful expedition to find the dragon's nest. He is thrilled to hear about Hiccup's progress in dragon training. In the final battle, only 2 candidates are left, Hiccup and Astrid. The winner will get to kill the dragon. Once again, Hiccup manages to control the dragon, and the village elders declare him the winner. Everyone is thrilled, except for Hiccup. Astrid follows him one day and discovers his secret friendship with Toothless. Initially, Astrid is terrified and angry, feeling betrayed by Hiccup's secrecy. She tries to run away, but the duo goes after her and takes her for a ride. As they soar through the skies, Astrid experiences the beauty and freedom of flying with a dragon, leading to a softening of her stance. They glide over the ocean, through clouds, and above the village, sharing a moment of exhilaration and awe. Their joy is short-lived as they stumble upon the dragon's nest, a massive cave filled with dragons, and the dragons are seen dumping the food. They are a little confused, but just then a gigantic dragon called Red Death appears, and sees them. The Red Death tries to attack, but Toothless manages to flee, taking them safely away. As they reach the cove, Astrid wants to tell Stoik about the nest, but Hiccup insists on not telling because they will also kill Toothless. He asks her to give him some time. The day of the ceremonial battle arrives, and the village gathers to watch. Hiccup is supposed to kill a dragon to prove his worth as a Viking. However, he can't bring himself to harm the creature. In the heat of the moment, Toothless senses Hiccup's danger and intervenes, revealing their friendship to everyone. The villagers are shocked. In the chaos, they begin to attack Toothless, and he is captured. Stoik is furious, feeling betrayed by his son's actions. Hiccup tries to explain to his father that the dragons are not inherently dangerous. He reveals that the dragons raid their village because they are forced to bring food to the Red Death, a massive and fearsome dragon in their nest. If they don't comply, they risk being eaten by the Red Death themselves. After discovering that Toothless has taken him to the dragon's nest. Despite Hiccup's warnings about the Red Death, Stoik ignores his son's advice. Driven by his desire to protect his village, he uses Toothless to guide the Viking fleet to the dragon's nest, hoping to end the dragon threat once and for all. Hiccup is devastated, but determined to make things right. He rallies Astrid and the other teens, convincing them to ride on the backs of different dragons and follow the fleet to the nest. Meanwhile, Stoik and the Vikings arrive at the dragon's nest. They immediately launch their attack, intent on driving the dragons away. However, the dragons, realizing danger, begin to flee from the nest. Upon seeing the dragons flee, the Vikings prematurely declare victory, believing their battle is won. They are unaware that this is only the beginning of a much larger and more perilous battle. The ground shakes violently, signaling the arrival of the Red Death. The Red Death, enraged by the intrusion into its territory, and launches a ferocious attack on the Vikings. The village's defenses crumble under the assault, and the Vikings are soon overwhelmed by the sheer power and size of the Red Death. Stoik orders his men to lead the villagers to the far side of the island and asks Gabber to join them. Gabber declines, saying he will stay with Stoik to fight the dragon and buy them some time. Stoik and Gabber tries to distract the Red Death. Just then Hiccup and his friend arrived. The young riders using their knowledge of dragons to fight effectively. They navigate the chaos, coordinating their efforts to protect their fellow Vikings. Hiccup locks Toothless, and jumps on burning deck to free his friend. The Red Death blasting at the teens, the monster's giant foot crashes the vessel. Hiccup and Toothless are thrown into the water. Hiccup swims toward Toothless. Tries to free his friend, but he's almost out of air. Suddenly, his father arrives, and takes him out of the water, then dives back into the water and frees Toothless, and Toothless grabs Stoik and pulls him out of the water. Hiccup climbs onto Toothless and buckles himself in. Hiccup and Toothless engage in a dramatic aerial showdown with the Red Death. Using strategy and teamwork, they lure the Red Death into a vulnerable position. Toothless dives and dodges the monstrous dragon's fiery breath, while Hiccup guides him with precision. In a heart-stopping sequence, they manage to outmaneuver the Red Death, leading it into a tight space where it becomes trapped. With one final, calculated move, Hiccup and Toothless deliver a decisive blow, causing the Red Death to collapse and explode. The explosion sends shockwaves through the nest, creating a fiery inferno. Hiccup is knocked unconscious, and Toothless desperately tries to save him from falling into the flames. In a heroic effort, Toothless shields Hiccup with his body, taking the brunt of the heat and debris. Toothless' quick actions save his life. Stoic, witnessing Toothless' bravery and the bond between his son and the dragon, realizes the true nature of the creatures and the error in his ways. The story concludes with Hiccup waking up back in Berk, now with a prosthetic leg crafted by Gobber. The village is transformed by the events. The Vikings come to understand that dragons can be friends rather than enemies. Berk becomes a haven where dragons and humans coexist peacefully. Hiccup gains the respect and admiration of his father in the village. He stands alongside Toothless, ready for new adventures. The story concludes on a hopeful note, emphasizing themes of friendship, understanding, and breaking traditional prejudices. This has been a recap of the How to Train Your Dragon movie. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting stories from Flashback Flicks. See you next time.